Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama. Today we're having a look at the second story contained within the Thomas and Friends Annual for 1989. The story we're looking at today is called The Trouble with Sheep. Thomas's driver held a newspaper in his hand. "There's a stray dog chasing sheep in the valley," he remarked. "Let's hope it's caught before any harm is done." The fireman agreed, but Thomas wasn't worried. "Dogs don't bother me," he thought. "I'd just blow steam at him, like Toby did with that bull. That would soon show him what's what." The signal arm dropped, and Thomas set off happily with Annie and Clarabelle. Beyond the tunnel, the valley became wider. Bertie came towards them along the nearby road, and Thomas whistled cheerfully. Bertie tooted in return, and his driver waved to them from his window. A little way along the line, Thomas heard a dog barking. It seemed to come from ahead. He took no notice at first, until, suddenly, a short distance in front, the hedge beside the line seemed to bulge towards them. A sheep appeared, struggling. Another jumped over it and ran onto the track, and, all at once, a small flock seemed to overflow across the line. A black and white dog followed, barking furiously. "Whoa, Thomas!" called his driver. But Thomas didn't need telling. With a grinding of brakes, he came to a standstill as quickly as he could. Several passengers looked out of the carriage windows to see what was happening. The dog stopped barking. Thomas found that he didn't need to blow steam at him. As soon as the dog saw Thomas, it turned and ran quickly through the gap in the hedge and across the field. But the poor sheep, thoroughly confused and frightened, didn't know what to do. Some ran along the line, some stood quivering with fright, while others, braver than the rest, just went a little way off and began to eat the grass on the cutting. "I know whose sheep they are," said the fireman. "He lives just over there. I'll nip across and get help." He was soon back with a shepherd and 2 sheepdogs. In next to no time, they had rounded up the sheep and guided them back through the gap in the hedge into their field. Meanwhile, the guard had been making sure nothing ran into the train. He came back just as Thomas's driver and fireman were climbing back into their cab, and the last sheep was disappearing through the hedge. "Right, Thomas," said his driver, "away we go." But Thomas couldn't move. "My wheels won't turn," he complained. "Something's wrong with the brakes," said the fireman. "Bother," said the guard when they told him. "Now I shall have to go all the way back to the signal box again to tell them we can't move yet after all. Can you fix it? Or do you want me to ask for a fitter?" "We'll try," said the fireman. And while the guard trudged back along the line once more, he and the driver got down and set to work. Thomas waited thoughtfully for a while, but soon became impatient. He seemed to have been waiting for ages, though it was really only about 10 minutes. "Are we ever going to start?" he thought crossly. Suddenly, he heard a shout from his driver. "Got it!" he called, and went to work with a spanner. A brake pipe had worked loose when we stopped suddenly, he explained as he climbed back into the cab. "We'll be all right now." There was a hiss, and Thomas felt the brakes come off. "Right," said the driver, opening the regulator to let steam into Thomas's cylinders. "Away we go." Get a move on, puffed Thomas impatiently. Wait a minute, wailed Clarabelle. But Thomas was in a hurry and took no notice. He had lost enough time already and wanted to make up some of it. The next station was by the river. While the passengers got in, Thomas's driver told the station master what had happened. "Come along," Thomas hissed impatiently. "We can't, Thomas," said the driver. "We haven't had the all clear from the guard yet." He suddenly stopped and clapped his hand to his forehead. "Crumbs," he exclaimed. "We must have left him behind." They had, and, of course, they had to wait for him to catch up. He was very cross and very tired when he did. "I'm sorry, Mr. Guard," said Thomas. "Clarabelle did tell me to wait, but I wanted to make up lost time, and now I've lost even more," he finished sadly. "Never mind, Thomas," said the guard. "It was that wretched dog's fault, really. The signalman told me that the farmer had caught him, so we'll have no more trouble. let's move off quickly and hope we don't meet sheep anywhere else. That brings us to the end of the second story contained within the Thomas and Friends Annual for 1989. It was called The Trouble with Sheep. I really hope that you enjoyed listening along with me today, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the like button, really helps me out. Share with a friend, why not? You could even check you're subscribed if you want to hear future stories like this one. And other than that, have a great day.